Hey guys, welcome to the video. Hope everyone is doing good. Uh, this video is all about Fjorad Wolfheart. I hope I'm pronouncing his name very correctly and not butchering it. Because if his name has not been butchered yet, his status amongst the mythicals in the game has already been. After being called as the worst mythical or one of the worst mythical in the entire game by many content creators and players, I think pronouncing his name correctly is probably the last thing we could expect or we could look after for a mythical in the game. Now, this video is for uh, people who got him um, and they don't know how to do it after grinding a lot of mythical crystal shards, whatever they are called, and you finally get him, or he's your only mythical or the first mythical, and you don't know how to use him. This video is for you. So basically, like people, most probably they will be like the players who are in this situation will be like low spenders, free to play, casuals, or in a low level like 70s, 80s, trying to progress through dungeons, trying to progress to dwarf faction, trying to progress to our Doom Tower waves. This video probably gonna help you on how to use him, because he is not he is like set up as a HP based nuker, but I see him a more reliable support than a nuker. Now, what I mean by that, I will tell you in a few minutes. Um, so I will. By the way, I'm not going to change your mind on all those what those CCs have told you guys about this mythical champion as being one of the worst. When you compare him with Siegfried, Alas, Gizmak, Nice, Arbias, he falls way too short, like way too short compared to them. If you are playing him for support or if you are using him for support, he's going to surprise you. Now, without further delay, let's go on his skill set and let's see what he does actually. So, Bite of the Wolf, A1, normal form. Attack one enemy two times. Each hit has 50% chance of freeze for one turn. If target not under freeze, it will repeat this chance. Will repeat this attack. This is way too good against like Fire Knight, because fire freeze on Fire Knight will decrease his turn meter. So you are getting potentially 1 to 4 times, one at the very worst case to 4 times at the very best case scenario. You're probably gonna get his turn meter decreased. Um, his A2 is plays as block. The block debuff and 30% increased speed on all allies for 2 turns. Decreases all cooldowns for all allies except for this champion by 1 turn. This is very good, especially if you look like for content like Spider or Dragon, even Waves. Um, this ability will come very handy, especially cooldown of all allied skills. So this ability has helped me in Arena, where he basically decreased the ability or the cooldown of the ability of Ninja, Alice, or Sun Wukong, uh, Chalco. This is a very good ability to actually come in useful. And block debuff, so basically any hacks by Mithrala or petrification by Mithrala or any of those debuffs like HP burn, poison, we probably gonna negate it, and increase speed always help. So this is a very good ability for us when used as support. His A3 is where he attacks all enemies and plays a freeze debuff for 1 turn, and has a 30% decrease speed debuff placement for 2 turns. Now, if this enemy is from Gal Impact, that means Organ Tribe, Lizardmen, Skinwalker, and Orcs, places freeze for 2 turn instead. This second part of it will come in handy against the waves where you have like orcs or skinwalkers or anyone like that, where you places the freeze for 2 turn, which will help you in uh, doing the crowd control stuff and clearing up the waves way more way more easily, or uh, without taking a lot of damage. Also, the it gets an extra turn. So basically, you can start with A3 and go in its ultimate alternate form, which I will tell you, to do a lot of crowd control. Now, his passive is not that impressive because whenever he receives a debuff, 30% chance of placing freeze for one turn occurs once per turn. Chances increase to 100% if the target is from Galen Pact. I will rather, if I have to change something about him, I would rather switch his passive from normal to alternate, which I will tell you why. Accuracy in all battles, so that's his aura. Now, in his alternate form, he has A1 rank clave where he attacks an enemy, and if he kills an enemy, it will reset the cooldown on one of his random skill, which on paper is very good. But the problem is that this doesn't do a lot of damage. Hence, why one of the worst mythicals when compared to remaining the rest of the mythicals. His A2 attacks all enemies, places extra hit under CC except for sleep, decreases each target's max HP by 25% of the damage inflicted, stack up to 50%. So each hit means since he is placing an extra hit on freeze, which he has on his A3 ability on normal form, you can use the A3 ability, use the extra turn that is provided through that ability, get to metamorphosis, go with A2 over here. You can double hit all the enemies over there. But this also doesn't do a lot of damage. Hence, why another point for not him being a nuker, quote unquote, amongst the mythical, not being one of the very best mythical, even though his kit says that he is very good. Now, I don't rely on these two. What I rely on is extra hit and this one. Each hit decreases target meter by 25%. This effect cannot be resisted if enemies under CC debuff. Since he is providing the freeze on A3, you can start with A3, go get it that gives you an extra turn, change form, and then go with A2. Since he is placing two hits and each hit has 25% decreased turn meter, you are decreasing the turn meter at least turn meter by 50% on every enemy. Is AoE attack. AoE freeze, AoE turn meter control. This will provide you a lot of crowd control, a different type. Like we have like Deacon Armstrong or Arbiter to change them to manipulate the turn meter. Arbiter basically for us, or Seal of the Drakes to uh, manipulate the turn meter. Visix the Unbound, manipulate the turn meter. We are going to use him to not only CC, freeze them, and then reduce the turn meter all in one single turn. As such, A3 normal, metamorphosis, A2 alternate. This will decrease the turn meter, and if we get a lot of damage, good. Although damage is way too kind of shaky on this A2 as far as I've heard. Now, A3 is where the real juice of, if there is any juice of nuke inside his kit, is here. Attack one enemy, will ignore 50% of defense, and if the target's under freeze, will ignore 100% of defense. While killing the target, which who is under freeze, places Brock Revive. Now, this is the only kit where you can say, oh, he's very good. This kit is actually quite useful for like Ice Golem, where you can block revive if you don't have a block reviver, very good block reviver on your account. But the problem is this is 4 turn cooldown even if you book him, which I don't do. I won't do it to be honest. Um, it will come down to 3 turns. So if you have like little bit of patience, long run, you could probably kill them. Especially if you use him as your sub DPS probably or secondary or tertiary DPS with mainly as support. You could probably get the things done. His passive, not so impressive. Counter attacks with rank clave whenever an enemy increases the cooldown of any of his champion skill, which again is not a hard hitting like ability. So I would rather switch it like the whenever he gets attacked, probably freeze on the enemy, which will give you more crowd control. And if it is like counter attack ability, if we use him on his normal form, like flip it to the normal form, his normal form will try to inflict freeze or place freeze, which again will give you a crowd control. So basically, if you are using it for crowd control without even this change that I hope Plarium will ever come to their senses and do it, you can use him as crowd control and he will be very, 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 very good. Now, as I said, he provides CC and he's provide term meter control. So if you're looking for build, all you need to do is accuracy. The first thing is accuracy, and the second thing that you have to worry about is probably crit rate, crit damage. That's it. I went to complete accuracy set. I will show you the uh, sets that I've used. But if you are like low level or anywhere, you can just go with accuracy, pure accuracy, and a little bit more speed. I have 72k HP, and you can see none of the or two apart from two of them, remaining seven are not at all completely enhanced. So I have I have a defense bonus over here rather than I will have HP, but whichever give you more HP, use it. Crit damage on Amulet, just because I'm going to use him as a A3 block revive 2, and accuracy on the banner, which will help me a lot. Because I have pinpoint and feral set, three-piece feral set, and a pinpoint, I have a lot of accuracy, so I changed not to go with accuracy on the chest plate. HP and crit rate, whatever I find. Crit damage, crit rate on gauntlet, and speed on boots with crit rate. Now, remaining sets are like that. I'm 85. I have clocked around 85, so I hope that I get. I'm banking on my chances to get 15% from here, which is, to be honest, way too unreasonable and way too like unrealistic. So I'm not banking on that, but 85% and 185% crit damage, I will still work on it because primarily I'm using Fjorad for his CC and term ability. Now, if you look on helleds.com, with there you go. So if you look on helleds.com, it says about 4.5 on his normal form, and if we change his form, it's around 4, which I completely agree. His normal form is way more important than his alternate form. His normal form, you can see hard mode, way too good. Spider, Fire Knight, Dragon, Golem. As I said, Spider and Dragon for A2, block debuffs and speed. Fire Knight, A1, 4 hits freeze. And Ice Golem, you can use A3. You can use A3 normal, change form, A2 normal, turn meter, and then block revive. And you can use A2 of normal to block the freeze debuff from Ice Golem too. Dungeons, normal dungeons, he is good. Also on waves, he is very good. I've seen a particular content creator, I'm forgetting his name, I apologize. He said his Demon Lord damage output increased a lot because of Forad. Now he doesn't have a lot of heroes, so with Forad his output was way more than he expected. Doom Tower, Magma Dragon, Nether Spider, Griffin, Dreadhorn with because he's going to be like way too good over there. Uh, with Freeze, reducing the turn meter. Frost Spider, Eternal Dragon. Now his alternate form, you could find that he's having a not a way good no use case. But faction was, yeah, I will use A3 on like boss. I have cleared the dwarf faction normal because of him. So yeah, I will say that he is very good. Now in his ability, if you look at it in normal way, A1 strong, 4-time hitter, that's the rating. A3 strong, freeze on all debuffs. 2.6 attack and 5.6 attack. I would rather not look at the attack bonus over here because I'm trying to build him more for his freeze and turn meter control. Now, in his alternate form, the ratings would be quite different. As I said, average, which I will disagree. It's bad to be honest. Legendary, yeah, if you're getting an extra hit, it's legendary. But I would rather use. I will say that apart from his damage, his use case for his turn meter is legendary on this skill. And A3 is godlike, which I agree. It is the only hard hitting ability in this entire kit. So that's where Hey Ladies has put forage or rated forage actually. Now, as I said, the builds and all. I also, by the way, since he benefit from CC, I will go to Ayumi Love and show you the different kind of CCs that that he gets above from, or the in his ultimate form he puts an extra hit on. So if you're going for fear like Geralt, Inquisitor Shamil, now granted, like Shamil is a void, but Grave Dirt, I'm sorry again, I cannot say his name. Pharsalus? Pharsalus? Yeah, Pharsalus. It sounds good now. Pharsalus, Graveheart, Gerhard the Stone, and then if you're looking for True Fear, Epics, Madame Ceres. Now, Madame Ceres, Ethlin, all these are maximum void. Masked Monger is Spirit Affinity Banner Lords. So you can get that. True Fear. Now, uh, if you have got Fabian, could use him as a True Fear Legendary champion, which will again give you the extra hit that you need to reduce turn meter. Um, and that's it. Petrification. Again, fear and petrification are the two debuffs, crowd control debuff that you will not find so easily. But Mithrala, if you are going for Hydra, you clear Hydra, you can use her. But provoke, yeah, you will find a lot of them. Especially if you come to the rare Narhorn, Longsword, Epic, you have Bergoth, Rockbreaker, Toragi the Frog, Bogoth. Like you have a lot of heroes that can, a lot of champions that can provide provoke. And also, if I can see, if I do we have, oh, if you are getting blood twin, extra blood twin from Tag Team Arena, that's another CC controller that you have. V6 the Unbound is you're getting from Daily Free Roggins. And her A3, you all need to do is put complete accuracy on her, and her A3 between her and Forad, you will probably control entire turn meter of turn meter of the enemy team or the waves. Um, Molly Tanghart. So there are a lot of them. Stun champion, you are going to get one of the daily free logins in Seal of the Drakes. She is very good hero, especially with the A1 turn meter and this. You could probably control the waves, as I said. Archmage Helmet, if you are farming Doom Tower, you probably get him. Magna, Miscreated Monster, all these champions will provide you AoE stun, which will be very helpful. Freeze, now this is where things go a little bit tricky because the problem with the freeze is that the enemy takes only 75% of the damage. But it's way too good if you are trying to control. If you look at the fact that you can actually control the enemy waves by reducing the diameter. So Yakar you can get from Clan Quest. You will get him. Greybeard is a campaign farmable where you can get him. Jingle Hunter and Crowden, they are very Crowden is very good, like way too good. So you could actually use him for the freeze too. Now, also for stun set, you can put stun set and provoke set on AoE basic hero, like for example, uh, sister militia or whatever the rare's name is, who has got AoE attack on her skill. Or you can use stun set on heroes like physics, where she used A2 and she has already provoke on A3. You could use the Terminator control and also stun the opponent with her A1 because it's double hitter. Or Cleopatrix, who's have got A2, A3 AoE attack. So if you have heroes who have got, if you have champions who have got double AoE attack, you could probably use a stun set or provoke set and keep them CC, which will benefit for Ash because he's going to reduce their turn meter. And it's on 3 turn cooldown, so you're probably gonna get it more often than you think. And for blessing, I went with Soul Reap because it will provide me, and since I've got 5-star blessing, it will provide me a threshold of 14% HP target threshold. So it's very good, and 50% chance of trophy on mob. Um, if you even if you get for 1 star, I think star Soul Rip is very good because target smash XP 4% is basically bosses 4% HP, which are way too high. So if you don't want to go with this, Brimstone is a nice option. I think Nature's Wrath is a nice option because it will provide you damage increase based on the number of debuffs they place, since he's placing a lot of freeze and a lot of decrease speed. Although against the bosses, it will be way more less. Um, then you can go with the Crushing Ren. That's very good. So you can go with them a lot of different ways. Since he has a debuff based passive, polymorph is also another option, but I would rather not go with polymorph because it doesn't make any sense since he's providing the fees. So yeah, this is the basic build. I have not gone any mastery, just normal set. And let's try him on Fire Knight, on Fire Knight 1. Now I have Martyrs, Ninja, and Falcon the Fat. These three are very difficult to access if you have like little bit low level account or total free to play. But eventually you could get a Fat Man. Martyr is quite tough, and Ninja is, if you don't have him, you will not probably get him until Plarium decides to run another event for him. So you can go with Alice, you can go with Drexstar, you can go with uh, Visix, or even Cleopatrix with damage boost. But if you are going for hard stage, you probably have pulled some Legos, which are like which are very decent to very great DPS. So you could change that. Instead of Fat Man, you could go with another ally attack. Grand Oak is there with the ally attack. So you could go with another ally attack, or you could go with another not just counter attack, but like block damage, Dimithia, or any other hero like that. There are a lot of variations of it. I'm bringing Sil for the heal and Forage for, let's basically say, showcase. So I'm going to run this right now. The team setup that I'm using currently is for Forage, no Metabuff, no Metabuff, and no A3 and no Metabuff. So that's how it's going to be. I will run a little bit and then I will bring it back to the final battle. See you soon, guys. So yeah, guys, it's a final battle. Uh, the boss is taking some turns. No worries, it's block debuffs and Still of the Drakes. We will be back up, and Still of the Drakes has got Mekali, so she could actually restore the max HP that we have lost or destroyed SP we have lost. Um, Here we go for doing his thing. Now, if you have instead of Ninja, Alice or Supreme Galak from the code that Graham has provided for the new players, you could actually get this job done way more faster. Supreme Galak not much, but Alice for sure. With a one triple hitter and A3 ignoring defense, you could do that. Sorry, my recording just kind of stopped for a second. Uh, I hope I didn't lose any. So yeah, there we go. And that's it. The boss is down. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's the idea that I wanted to give in. One more probably test run on Minotaur. I know I'm sorry if it is a very long video. I just want to showcase him once for all. Yeah, so this was I was testing his damage and all. Basically, all the accessible heroes, V6 and Blackstar, login legendary and attacking legendary, campaign farmable, and your whoever your starter champion is with him as a lead. So let's start. I will probably manual it so we could see the damage. So crowd control CC, um, decrease defense, switch forms. 37, 36. Okay. Double hitter. Okay. So now let's do this. Now since he cannot double hit, let's 22k. Now V6 is super fast, so I can probably get away with all these things. Let's take her out. I'm waiting for the final boss so that we could actually damage test him. Okay, final boss. Let's see. CC. Wait. Oh, one resistor. Never mind. Okay. Now let's see how much damage it does. He is not CC, so let's see how much damage it does. 38, 37. I didn't see his number, so uh, let's see one more time. Now let's see his damage on A3. 46. Okay, not too good to be exactly for mythical. It's not too good. So that's it. Rest. I will leave it to him. This is probably going to be easy now, so I'm not going to try to do anything else. 34k on A1, not that good. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you like the video and hope it gave you an insight on how to use him. Well, better watch it to the end. And I'm sorry for the bad editing of audio. As I said, this is my first time, so I'm not planning to be like a full-time YouTuber or something. So if you like this, uh, if you could tolerate this whole entire video, I'll be glad. And 34K, that's Reaper, and that's Finish. So, yeah, not too much to say, not too much to hate. Anyway, thanks, guys. Have a nice day.